Assalamu Alaikum. We were studying about the last revolution of your chapter 1, that is Chinese Revolution, and I have given you an introduction in the previous class about Chinese Revolution. Today I will tell you how China became the People's Republic of China. So first of all, I have told you about the formation of Kuomintang party and under whose leadership it was started, and how the power came into the hand of Chiang Kai-shek. And after that, when he became powerful, he allowed other foreign countries to interfere in the matters of China. And that time, when he allowed other foreign countries to interfere in the matters of China, he gave complete permission to America as well. എന്താണ് മറ്റുള്ള ഫോറിൻ കൺട്രീസിന് ഇന്റർഫിയർ ചെയ്യാനുള്ള ആ ഒരു പവർ കൊടുത്തതിൻ്റെ കൂടെ തന്നെ എന്താണ് കംപ്ലീറ്റ് ആയിട്ടുള്ള ഒരു പവർ ആർക്കും കൊടുത്തിരുന്നു, അമേരിക്കയ്ക്കും കൊടുത്തായിരുന്നു. ആൻഡ് അമേരിക്ക ഗോട്ട് കംപ്ലീറ്റ് പവർ to decide anything and to interfere in any matters that was happening in China. And after that, in 1934, Mao Zedong and his party of communist people, എന്താണ് മാവോ സിഡോങ്ങും അദ്ദേഹത്തിൻ്റെ പാർട്ടിയിൽ ഉൾപ്പെടുന്ന കമ്മ്യൂണിസത്തിൽ ബിലീവ് ചെയ്ത ഒരുപാട് ആൾക്കാർ എന്ത് ചെയ്തു? ദേ ലെഡ് എ ജേർണി. So they started to travel from one part to another part, and when they were traveling on the way of their journey or throughout the journey, they seized many agricultural land and many resources. എന്താണ് അവരുടെ യാത്ര കണ്ടിന്യൂ ചെയ്യുന്ന ആ ഒരു പീരീഡിൽ അവർ പാസ് ചെയ്ത സ്ഥലങ്ങളിൽ എന്ത് ചെയ്തു? അഗ്രികൾച്ചർ ലാൻഡിനെയും അതേപോലെ ആ ഒരു ഏരിയയിൽ വരുന്ന യുണീക്ക് ആയിട്ടുള്ള റിസോഴ്സിനെയൊക്കെ എന്ത് ചെയ്തു? ദേ ക്യാപ്ചർഡ് ഓർ സീസ്ഡ്. ആൻഡ് this journey that Mao Zedong and his party led in 1934 is termed as the Long March. So what, in exams you can be asked like or define the term Long March, or what happened in Long March. So at that time you have to write like in 1934 Mao Zedong and his party, which is including communist members, they led a journey, and the journey was from a particular place to the another place, and throughout the journey they seized the land and resources of those places that they have passed by. And this journey that Mao Zedong and his party led came to be known as the Long March. And after that, after finishing the journey and seizing the agricultural land and resources of many places, under Mao Zedong they captured the center of Kuomintang rule. So that was the rule which was established by Sun Yat-sen, and after it was handed over after his death, after Sun Yat-sen's death, it was handed to Chiang Kai-shek. And when he started to rule, that time he gave other foreign countries the power to interfere in the matters or affairs of China. And that time what happened? The people felt problems and they started to resist against it. And during that journey, after finishing the journey under Mao Zedong, they captured the center of the Kuomintang rule, and Chiang Kai-shek lost his power. And in 1st October 1949, China became People's Republic of China, and it was under the leadership of Mao Zedong. Okay. So first of all, in Chinese Revolution, I have told you about the formation of Kuomintang party, and after how other countries got the chance to interfere in the affairs or matters of China, and what happened after that, the rise of Mao Zedong and his party of communist leaders or members, and they started to travel from one particular place to another place. And they didn't travel simply. What they did throughout their journey, they seized many agricultural land and unique resources that they can get in that particular land. And this journey that was led by Mao Zedong and his party came to be known as the Long Journey. And at the end of the long journey, Mao Zedong, under the leadership of Mao Zedong, this party captured the center of Kuomintang rule. And in 1st October 1949, China became People's Republic of China. So in this chapter we have studied about American War of Independence and what was the war about, and then French Revolution, Latin American, then Russian, and final revolution that you have to study in the chapter is Chinese Revolution. And today I will discuss another portion that is included in the Russian Revolution, which is very important. Just like I have told you about the tennis court oath that happened in French Revolution, a major incident happened during the time of Russian Revolution as well, and that is Bloody Sunday. So this is not from the part of your Chinese Revolution. This is from the part of Russian Revolution. Okay. So what is this incident? So when Russia-Japan war happened, Russia-Japan war, which was in 1905, Russia was defeated. So in 1905, Russia-Japan war happened, and in this war, Russia was defeated, and the political crisis of Russia became worse. So, political crisis worsened the situation in Russia. So when they lost their power, or when Russia got defeated in the Russia-Japan war in 1905, the problems that they had in the field of politics, it got worsened, and the situation worse. The workers organized a huge march at Petrograd on January 1905. So after that, in January 1905, workers organized a march, and it was in the streets of Petrograd. In Petrograd, I have already told you about the women march also. Women also marched in the streets of Petrograd asking for bread, that I have told you in the last class. So in this, in Bloody Sunday, I am telling you about what happened in January 1905 when Russia lost war between the Japan, and that time political crisis was very worse in there. And after that, in January 1905, workers organized a march in Petrograd, and this time they asked for these workers, they asked for rights and political demands. And after that, the soldiers fired these workers, and this incident came to be known as the Bloody Sunday. Okay, so what happened, or what is Bloody Sunday? It happened during the time of Russian Revolution. So Russia-Japan war was in 1905, and during that time Russia was defeated. Russia lost the war between Japan, and the political crisis, already Russia was having political crisis, but once they lost the battle also, after that their political crisis become worse. And in January 1905, the workers organized a march in the streets of Petrograd, and they demanded to give them rights, and also they added some political demands to it. And after that, the soldiers fired these workers, leading to thousands of death of workers, and this incident came to be known as the Bloody Sunday. So in today's class, I have finished the portion, remaining portion of Chinese Revolution, and I have told you how China became People's Republic of China. And I have also told you about Mao Zedong also, and the what is known as that, what is the journey named as, that was led by Mao Zedong and some communist leaders or members. And the final portion that I taught you is Bloody Sunday, that is in the part of Russian Revolution. And that was because that happened during the time of Russian Revolution, because in 1905 Russia lost the war between Russia and Japan war, in the Russia and Japan war, and the political crisis of Russia became worse during that time. And that time, in order to demand for their right and political needs, the workers marched on the streets of Petrograd, and soldiers fired them, which led to the death of thousands of innocent workers, and it was termed as Bloody Sunday. So that's it for today. Thank you. Assalamu Alaikum.